Hey everyone, how you doing? How are you freezing like us? We have. Holy cow. Old man winter is here. You know how I used to say about I would always feel bad for little old men. Well, sorry, those are my fingers. Um I feel bad for anybody right now in this awful weather, which I'm gonna do a vlog. Should have done it this day. Sorry, I'm gonna move the candle again. um about you'll hear about it, but anyhow. Yeah, Old Man Winter sure came. They said, oh, we're just going to have a little bit of snow very slowly coming down, something like you'd see in a Hallmark card. No, no, no. These weathermen cannot predict the weather anymore. I think we could just delete them from, I know people don't like to hear it, but from a job, because what's the point of, and they get paid a lot of money to not predict the weather right. To me, it didn't matter. It's not like we had to go anywhere or anything. But, if you had to go anywhere, you're planning something or other. But, oh my gosh, it was not gently coming down like a Hallmark card. And they didn't say it. I'm using the Hallmark card as an example, like a beautiful little scene. It came down. My gosh, it started at 3:15 in the afternoon. And by, oh, what time was it? Goodness gracious. I want to say 5:30, there was a lot of snow. So that is not fun. And it was supposed to just be nothing. Oh, there's no such thing as nothing when it comes to snow. And it's going to continue, I believe. Well, originally it said Saturday night into Sunday morning, and it was going to stop. And then Monday it was going to be fine. But it's not fine because there's going to be more snow than they say. So, but even if it was just, coming down slowly, it still accumulates, and it's cold. It's 18 degrees. So on this Monday, the day with no snow, the other snow wouldn't go away. So, like I say, I'm not sure why they're even predicting weather that they can't predict. I mean, I can predict it better. If they're going to have snow for all night long until the next morning, even 12 hours, in 18 and less degrees, it's going to stick, and that's a long time. There's going to be accumulation, and one day of 12 degrees is not going to make it go away. So anyhow, it's here, and it's probably here to stay. But yes, we've been lucky. It's now, the first week of January, so yes, we've been very lucky. Not discounting that, but on the topic of the snow, for some reason these prepper channels have been popping up, and I have not watched a prepper channel, oh my gosh, in over a year. So the doom and gloom ones come up right away about, oh, you have to stockpile this, that, and other thing. It's funny, this one channel, I can't remember the name because I don't watch them anymore. Even when I watched them, I didn't pay much attention, but the one person said, oh, you got to stockpile coffee, beer, and something else that was really silly. Well, I understand people drink coffee and you're hooked and you got to have it, but beer, you really got to stockpile that beer. That was funny. It was funny. But this guy is like just totally off his rocker. Anyhow, then so I just watched a little of it, and then if you watch a little something, another one's going to pop up, right? So this was one, and the one I saw was one that I had watched long ago, but another one came up with someone I never heard of. So they were talking about this kind of tote that you have full of 10 days worth of meals in case you have to leave in a situation, right? So they have a tote that's they said it's one of the cheaper ones, so they're trying to say everything on the cheap, how to buy everything on the cheap and all. Well, yes, that's usually what we can all only afford these days, because have you noticed, excuse me, that prices keep going up and up and up, and I do not understand why this keeps going up and up. I mean, is anyone giving us a reason besides inflation? and they're having a lot of shortages. I have noticed, you know, doing the Instacart, and actually this person who did this, the second prepper channel, was saying, I'm now so used to either picking up an order or more often doing where they bring it to your door, so you notice more when there's shortages, which is true, because you think about, you're in the store, they don't have something, and you're in the store, so you can like, oh, well, this will be okay. Like, my son and I love Genoa salami. We're like, oh my gosh, we just, I don't know why, we just love it. And we didn't really eat it till, I don't know, in the last, we used to always eat turkey, like we eat healthy, and Polly really likes turkey, but we just got hooked on Genoa. I don't know how I'm saying it wrong, I'm not Italian, but anyhow, it's probably not the best thing for him. It's okay, he can eat, you know, anything, but you know, salt is not good for me, and you know, it's pretty greasy and all, but boy, it's delicious. So anyhow, they have been short of that. So if I would be in the store walking and they wouldn't have it, then, you know, maybe there'd be a different brand of Genoa salami, or you maybe would choose hard salami. I personally don't like it. My son would eat either. Yogurts have been a problem, shortages. I know I skipped over, I veered off to the other side there, but anyhow, you know, so yogurt's been a big problem, and we eat a lot of yogurt. If you watched my video, you should have, but you didn't. Not a lot of people watched it. It was about the delicious Greek yogurt. My gosh, it is out of this world. So it was on the other day if you want to take a peek at it. It is so good, and I cannot stand Greek yogurt, and it's out of this world. But anyhow, so if you're in the store, you'd make some, you know, I don't know, even Spam. I don't know. Spam is a far cry from delicious salami. But anyhow, so they had this tote, which she said it's a cheaper one, and let me tell you, the stuff she put in or had in, there's, well, first of all, there's no way you could lift it. It would be too heavy. But she probably had a big burly husband, or just a husband who could probably lift it, but I don't think any woman could lift that kind of tote. And to tell you the truth, even if you hold it from the bottom, which you should, it would break. Yeah, the stuff she had in there, there were a lot of cans. But anyhow, so she's talking about, well, this is your thing of 10 days worth of food just to have. But it's also good because it's in a tote. And the tote she's talking about, I've seen them, I've had them, and I would never buy them again, because the lid doesn't click. It's just cheap. It's cheaply made. The plastic is very cheap. It can crack. Like I said, even picking it up, it could crack. The lid doesn't stay on. So if you're running an emergency, like she talks about, that you can lose your lid and lose your stuff. But anyhow, you know, I guess the thought that counts, right? Giving people ideas. But so this is a situation they're saying you have to go, and or you stay and you have no. I shudder to say these words, but you have no power to cook the food. So then she was talking about breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And she said, like, for a family of 4, that's an average family, but she has more, other people may have less, this and that. And the first thing that really got me to chuckle, it's a funny little word, isn't it? I don't know. I haven't heard that word in a long time. I don't even know if I ever used that word. But anyhow, it made me chuckle. Again, I'm not Italian, and I'm not saying anything about Italian people. It just happens Genoa salami, I think, is Italian people eat it. And, well, at least the ones I grew up with. And the next thing they talked about was spaghetti. So she got a 4-pound pack of spaghetti, and she said that would be enough for 2 meals for 4 people. Now, I've mentioned before, I grew up in a neighborhood where one side of the street was Italian people. So I have ate dinner with Italian people. I grew up with Italians, and I love Italian food. I should have married an Italian. I am still on the hunt for Italian cookie recipes. I just love Italian cookies. And a recipe for Sunday sauce or gravy, whichever it is, who calls it whatever. But anyhow, so she took out the two pounds of the spaghetti. So that would be like 2 packages. That's for 4 people. I am sorry. I don't know what kind of people would eat. So that would be a half a pound of spaghetti per person. Like I said, I grew up with Italians, people next door. You know, I would go there a lot. My mom worked a lot. I have never seen anyone eat that much spaghetti. Because I even know when I had most of my kids were at home, I would even take a pack of spaghetti, and you know how you're not sure, I don't know if you've gone through this, you're not sure how much to put because spaghetti seems to just multiply in the in the water. But anyhow, I don't know how 4 people could eat that much spaghetti, and we're talking about you can't have leftovers because you might be in a car, which is you have no way, no power. So how are you making the spaghetti? She didn't explain that at all. There's no other source of I don't know, whatever. I don't know. The only thing I can imagine is like a camping stove. That I don't remember. It's been so long since I camped. Thank goodness. I hate to camp, but I think there were stoves that we used at camping. They were run on, I don't know, kerosene. I don't remember what. They weren't plugged in. Or a campfire, but I don't think you're going to make a campfire in your car. So, I'm just talking about this if you have any ideas, because I just thought it was kind of funny. I had a chuckle about this, that, word, it's funny. So, how would you make the spaghetti if you have no way to warm, and make sure you have the water, of course you need water, or you can just get it from some dirty pond, because we all have a Berkey, filtration system, which this person said you should have, which cost a fortune, which I believe you have to plug it in, but I'm not sure. I won't speak on that. So some of the main things she had was spaghetti, which 2 pounds of spaghetti for 4 people, especially if you're rationing, you shouldn't be eating, right? Because you're going to run out of food. Another thing she was high on was the rice. Not high on, that came out wrong. You know what I mean? Again, where are you going to cook this rice? I don't know many people, like I have to blend my food, but say you don't have to, you get to eat it, you know, enjoy food. But how many people enjoy chewing on hard spaghetti and hard rice? Then she was talking about macaroni and cheese and showing a lot of things from Dollar Tree. I don't know, they must have really good Dollar Tree, because we have nothing like that. Our food supply in our Dollar Tree is like, there's nothing. There's nothing, and it's not even the shelves are bare. There's just not even spots for it, so they're not, our store isn't getting it. But anyhow, I haven't been in a while, but the last time I was in, when I got overheated and I had to stand inside their freezer thing, there's a vlog on that if you want to check it out. But anyhow, thank goodness they let me stand there. But anyhow, they're saying if you're making macaroni and cheese, again, in your car, so maybe there's some you plug into a cigarette lighter that, I don't know, where you cook on, I don't know. But anyhow, I can't imagine making a meal for 4 people with something that plugs into the lighter. And I'm not making fun of her, I'm just trying to figure it out. But anyhow, so if you're making macaroni and cheese, and again, she had so many packs, it's almost was a pack per person. If you're gonna ration, you know, you want to make sure, I don't know, she referred to belly full, but you know, when you're rationing out, I don't think it's about belly full. I think it's about, you know, ration out, but get enough to get, you know, food in you. So, oh yeah, so they had macaroni cheese, and of course she had brand names on everything. Even Dollar Tree had some things brand names. So shopping cheap, you know, store brands, but she had like, Kraft macaroni and cheese, and you know, on and on, the high end items. So she was preaching one thing and doing another, but anyhow, the macaroni and cheese really was the one that just put me over the top. So she said you can put mayonnaise in the place of milk for macaroni and cheese. So okay, you got no source of power. That's what she said, no source. So let's let's take out the thing about the cigarette lighter because there's no source of power. So, but she didn't say how she's going to make this. So, no source of power. You're going to make macaroni and cheese. So, in the place of the milk that you put with the powdered, cheese stuff, you're going to put mayonnaise. So, basically, when someone says there's no power, but you're running away or getting away, or I don't know the phrase she used, but you got to feed your family of 4 tons of food that you're not rationing, and you're going to put mayonnaise in the place of that. Okay, so you're going to have hard noodles that you're going to mix the powder and the mayonnaise into, and good luck chewing it. I don't get it. So what is it that I am missing there in the scenario she talked about? She also had a lot of canned stuff, but she failed to say, and this is important because when you're even when you're packing this, and a lot of people watch this and they get real nervous and they're like throwing stuff together, because I used to watch these prepper channels all the time. But anyhow, she didn't mention about having a can opener. None of the cans were the ones that you just you pull with a pull tab. So if you got cans and there's no pull tab, it doesn't matter how prepared you are. If you don't got a can opener, you're not going to get in the can. I don't think. Again, maybe there's something I'm missing. So I'm not quite sure. So if you had to do one of these totes, and don't get the cheap ones because, sometimes you really get what you pay for. It would be a shame carrying this thing and it breaks open because she had a lot of cans and you're kind of rushing to go. I don't know what the situation would be. She didn't say. But, and you drop all this food and you got to go fast. So anyhow, what would be in your 10-day supply, and we're just using 4 people, and pretend you have 4 people, or just, just don't let the other 2 people eat for a minute in your thoughts. 4 people, would you have 2 pounds of pasta? I even when, and I'm not talking about all the kids I had together, but when I had a larger amount of kids who were, little in home, not little, but, teenagers, they eat a lot. I still don't remember even using a whole pound of pasta, maybe a pound, but not 2. And especially, like I say, if you're doing, your rationing weeks in case of emergency, why would you use 2 pounds? I don't know. I'm trying to think what else. Evaporated milk seems to be a good item, but again, you have to have a way to open it. And then there's a powdered milk, and then there's a shelf-stable milk, but of course, once you open it, you have to put it in somewhere cold. So I need to, well, I don't even know if they sell it. I haven't seen it in a while, but I would like to try powdered milk and see how disgusting it is. Just to have it, because with me, things have to be blended, so I should think, what would I do? And she had ramen, of course, there. So again, if you have no power source, what would you do with the ramen? Chew it? I think people who have even the best of the teeth, would you risk your teeth and chew ramen? So what is it that I am missing? Is there something you can plug into your cigarette lighter that you can have, as you're driving, you can make food and hold it in your lap as someone's driving? Or maybe you're the driver and you have 3 kids. How would you do it if you have to drive? Well, I guess you'd pull over, right? But just let me know. Would you have mayonnaise with your hard macaroni and the macaroni and cheese and the cheese sauce? I don't know. What would be in your emergency tote for 10-day supply for 4 people? So let me know. I'm interested to know. Now I'm going to probably sit down and write what I think, what I would do. I don't know how I'd carry it because the tote, the better, more sturdy tote is kind of heavy in itself, but after having a tote like that, I would never get that kind of tote again. It was ridiculously cheap and cheaply made. So let me know, what would you do, or do you have one of these totes? I would think something like Vienna sausages, because I know they have a flip top. Spam does have a not a flip top, a thing, you know, you just, excuse me, my gosh. I was going to say a burp. I think I did. I didn't think. I burped, sorry. A thing, you just pull the thing to open it. But, you know, like little Vienna sausages, the, like tuna fish, you know, that kind of stuff where you don't need the extra stuff. And she also said they never eat out, but then she's talking about, like, mayonnaise or ketchup. She says, make sure you use those little packets that you save from when you eat out. So, I don't know. She's saying they never eat out, but they have these packages because, well, we haven't ate out in forever. I don't remember the last time we went anywhere to eat out. 2012, I don't even know. But anyhow, back then even they didn't have packages of ketchup. They had a dispenser. So if you don't eat out, you know, you would think, well, they run in and just grab these condiments, but she said they never eat out. But anyhow, not trying to knock her because there are channels that knock people, but it's just, I just found it all kind of, again, that word, chuckle. It made me chuckle. But anyhow, what would you put in your 10-day supply for, just pretend you have 4 people. You might have 4, might have less. And in your family, if you have 4 people, do you use 2 pounds of pasta? Because I don't know, it multiplies. I don't know, when I cook it, it seems like a lot more than I put in. So let me know, and if you have to travel in a car, how would you be cooking this food? And would you eat mayonnaise with the macaroni and cheese? And any other hints? I'm just wondering what you would do in that situation. So hope you're all doing well. I hope you didn't get dumped down with snow. If you don't get snow, you're so lucky. It's horrible. It's good for nothing. There's so much. You can't get in, you can't get out. It's terrible, and it is so cold. But for now, I gotta remember to do this other thing. It was very, very interesting, I found, and for the people that it happened to, very scary. Hopefully, I'll be doing it in the next week. So for now, don't forget to subscribe, like, hit the notification bell, share our channel, please. Maybe there's some useful information or something like this that someone didn't think of doing. Be kind to people. You don't know what they're going through. Pay it forward if you can, and be the reason someone smiles today. I don't know if this made you smile or gave you a thought, you better get that thing ready, or made you think, gosh, you don't have it ready. I didn't mean to. I just it just struck me funny. That's the thing she did. And would you, I guess in desperate times, desperate measures. But I know a person who hates mayonnaise, has never tried it, just hates it and would never try it. So I don't know what they do. I guess you could put water, right? Water would be better than mayonnaise. This person didn't mention the water. But anyhow, let me know. And if you have one of these 10-day supply totes, let me know what's in there. So for now, thanks for watching. Don't forget to watch my shorts. Bye.